Hello and welcome to Koper, Slovenia for the FIG Artistic World Challenge Cup. This is the second in the World Challenge Cup series. I'm Janusha Francis-Reid and I'll be with you all afternoon talking you through the action. We start with our male gymnasts on the floor. The gymnasts have been competing in the qualification rounds this week, and we will see the top 8 gymnasts compete for medals today here in the apparatus final. Gymnasts walking in now. I'll have a few words from the judges. And here for some introductions. Here are the orders for the day. So starting on the floor exercise with the men, then onto the vault with the women, back to the men on the pommel horse. There will be the uneven bars for the women, and finishing off on the rings with the men again. The gymnasts now getting a chance to warm up one more time before their competition, and here is the start list. The order the gymnasts will compete in is random. They've had a longer warm-up already, and they're just getting a chance to acclimatise once more to the arena, get their bodies going before that all-important competition routine. This is the 8th consecutive year that Koper has held this competition. It's always a good atmosphere and a really great World Cup for these gymnasts to be a part of. And here is the start list. So kicking things off is Italy's Filippo Castellaro, followed by Andrei Kalny of the Czech Republic, then Benjamin Osberger of France, Santiago Mayo of Argentina, Marcus Casamento of Australia, and Anche Hribar of Slovenia, Xiao Minhan of Chinese Taipei, and completing the men's floor final will be Alperen Ege Alju of Turkey. There are lots of new rules for this new Olympic cycle. So the rules from 2025 to 2028 were recently introduced, and you saw that gymnast practicing his single leg balance, which is a new requirement on the men's floor exercise. As well as the introduction of the single leg balance. There's a few more, I'll try to talk you through it as we go along, but it looks like we are about ready to go with our first gymnast. His qualification score was 13.5 and he qualified in 3rd place. Representing Italy is Filippo Castellaro. Starts well, 2 really secure tumbles back to back, moving quickly through his routine. Gymnasts only have 70 seconds to perform their routine and pack all those skills in. That's down from 75 seconds in the previous rules in the last Olympic cycle. They must also show those non-acrobatic elements, which Filippo did a good job of there. Full twisting double straight somersault. And here's that single leg balance. Shows great flexibility, being able to pull the leg up, keeping it straight the whole time. And he completes his routine with a full twisting double tuck somersault. A really great routine to start off these finals here in Koper. He's put a bit of pressure on the rest of the field there. Qualifying in third. Let's see if that routine scores as well as it did in qualifications. Here was that huge opening tumble, 2 twists and 2 somersaults in the straight position. Very difficult. And 2.5 twists down the side of the floor there, just 12 meters to complete that in. Plenty of space. And the single leg balance. Judges looking for them to show great control and balance during that. And that final tumbling pass, full twisting double tuck, nailed the landing. Another rule in this new code is that the final tumble has to be a multi-salto tumble, so a double back somersault. A lot of gymnasts used to end on a triple twist or a twisting somersault, but they are no longer allowed, so he ticked that box there, finishing with a full twisting double back somersault. Let's see if the judges reward it. And it's 13.666, so slightly higher from his qualification routine, and he seems chuffed with that result. And next to compete from the Czech Republic is Ondřej Kalný. Opens with the double twisting, double straight somersault. A really difficult combination pass. Steps out of the floor, so will lose a few tenths there. Another good example of the single leg balance. Looks to be in a bit of a hurry, so maybe he's someone that plays it close to that time limit of 70 seconds. But that can take away from the overall performance. But he is managing to hold on to those landings. Finishes with a huge double pike somersault, and he was on time. A lot of endurance to complete that many skills in 70 seconds. With the addition of the balance, which takes around 3 to 5 seconds, it is extremely hard and takes a lot of stamina from these male gymnasts. That was that opening tumble, same as Filippo before him, double twisting, double straight. And then a full twisting, straight front somersault into the double front. He did step out of bounds. Judges will deduct for that. Double twisting, double somersault in the tucked position. A few small steps back, but manages to control it. And then he ended with this double pike somersault. The double pike is a D in value for the men. For those new to the sport, the value of skills starts with an A, which is worth 0.1, B 0.2, C 0.3, etc. And on floor, the hardest skills are in the J category. A 3.5 twisting double straight back is a J, as well as a triple pike somersault. Don't know if we'll see either of those today, as they are extremely difficult skills that unfortunately we rarely get to see, but that just gives you an idea of the scope of the skills and how they're measured. Andre qualified in seventh place with 13.2. And he's managed to increase that by 0.2. It's 13.4, putting him into second for now. Up next, representing France, it's Benjamin Osberger. Choosing to start the routine with his single leg balance, the arabesque. And a combination tumbling pass there, the double twist into the straight front. Another combination, 2.5 twists backwards into full twist forwards and into his floor work. Really nice form on those skills. A simple tumbling pass there, but shouldn't lose many deductions. Very high in the triple twist. And he also ends on the double pike somersault. Less difficulty in his routine, but very well executed. Gymnasts and coaches have to make that decision whether to go for higher difficulty and risk those execution deductions or cleaner gymnastics and a higher execution score. There's that 2.5 twist straight into the front full twist. You can see he keeps his legs glued together, which is what the judges are looking for in his floor work, and into that splits position cleanly. And finishing on that double pike, hop back, but controls that landing. And it's 13.233, so a slight increase on his qualification score as well. And that puts him into third. Next to compete from Argentina, it's Santiago Mayo, 26 years old. He was third in the all-around at the Senior Pan American Championships last year. Starts with the side pass. Slightly unusual, but good to see. And a double pike front. combination we've seen from some of these gymnasts already so far. Very well done, the full twist into the double front. A quick gymnast. His hands were moving extremely fast in those floor skills with really good control. And nice in that hold. Right on the edge of the floor there, but staying in those lines is the main thing. The judges won't mind if he wants to use every inch of the floor. And he also ends on the double pike. Good routine there from Santiago. There wasn't much difference in score between first place and 8th place in qualification, so this is a really tight competition, and you can see lots of the gymnasts using similar tumbling passes, meaning their start values will be quite similar, and it's going to be down to how they execute their routines. He did a really good job on his landings, a slight step there, but definitely no major deductions. Impressive speed in his floor work. He's an experienced gymnast competing at the World Championships in 2018, 19, 2022 and 2023. And slightly lower score for him today, 12.833. So some of those steps did cost him and have put him into 4th so far. And there is the leaderboard at the moment. In the top spot, it's Filippo Castellaro from Italy with 13.666. In second, it's Andre Calni. 4 more competitors to go. They are now warming up before they present their routines. Another exciting rule change for this new quad is a 0.1 stick bonus for dismounts, which applies to every apparatus except the pommel horse. So if the gymnasts here on the floor stick their final tumble, which means land without any movement, they will receive a 0.1 bonus. Lots of gymnasts in the audience, potentially aspiring to be competing for their country one day. The first gymnast to compete in this second half looks like he's about ready to go. And that will be Marcus Casamento of Australia. Marcus was second in qualifications with a score of 13.533, and he was actually 3rd place at the Varna World Challenge Cup last week, which was the first World Challenge Cup of the series. So he'll be looking to see if he can get another medal in his World Challenge Cup collection. Open ends with a really clean double pike front. Double twist forward into the full twist forward. Showing some artistry, really exciting to see. Men bringing a bit more artistry. That's one way the men can stand out. Where they don't have much time, you will see some of them lacking in that artistry, but it's great to see an added flair there from Marcus. A really great toe point. He definitely has style. And he shows that style again in the air there in the double pike. A step back on landing. But I enjoyed that routine and that artistic flair. It secured him bronze last week in Varna. Is it enough to get into the medals here in Koper? There was that opening pass, the double pike front. Gymnasts need to make sure they show that pike till the very end, otherwise it can be downgraded to a tuck position. And here was that artistic flair that I spoke about. Really nice, showing off his flexibility, his toe point, and just bringing a uniqueness to the routine that has definitely stood out from the rest of the field today. It'll be interesting to see if the judges reward that. Two and a half twist backwards into the pike front forward. Lots of height on that pike front somersault. And that final double pike, great toe point in the air. Just has to control it with a step back on the landing. So he wouldn't receive that 0.1 stick bonus. It's really difficult at the end of 70 seconds of back-to-back tumbling to stick it. 12.966. Looks a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be a bit higher too, if I'm honest. A great routine nonetheless. You hear the crowd cheering, as next up is Slovenian gymnast Ance Hribar, just 20 years old. Lands out of bounds, that will be quite costly. But manages to show great control there in the second tumble. Lovely in the wide arm handstand. Great execution through that pass there. There was no doubt of that landing. And there's a stick. That will definitely be a 0.1 bonus. Some really great work from the young gymnast. He was second on floor at the World Cup in Turkey earlier this year. One and a half twist backwards into 2.5 twists forward, and he lands outside the lines. We can't see the line judge, which is the judge that sits outside the floor area and puts a flag up, whether to say it was out of bounds or not, but from that angle it definitely looked like it was. And landing a tumble out of bounds rather than landing in and stepping out is more costly. But this was stunning. 2.5 twists backward into the straight front forward. So much height and really great execution. And hear a cheer, so that suggests he might have scored very well. Let's see. And that landing there was textbook. 13.8, it's huge. So he only did receive a 0.1 deduction for that out of bounds. And the rest of that really great execution was clearly rewarded. And the home crowd, they're pleased. So he's guaranteed a medal as we've only got 2 more competitors to go. And next to compete, representing Chinese Taipei, is Xiao Minhan. Starts with the double front down the side. And the full twist into the double twist forward. Double twisting double back. Good control in his balance. Two and a half twists into the straight front. Stuck landing. And another stuck landing. Again, receiving that 0.1 bonus for sticking his final tumble. It was the full twisting double back. He qualified in 5th with 13.266, but it was very close, and that might have been a better routine today, so it'll be interesting to see if he can get close to the 13.8 of Onche Hribar, who was before him. There was that double front, just the tiniest of movements on the landing. Double twisting double back and manages to keep his legs together throughout. Two and a half twists backwards into the straight front forwards. And that final tumbling pass, the full twisting double back somersault and the stuck landing. And it pushes him into first place, 13.833. I think we are seeing that 0.1 bonus at the end of the routine really make a difference. Our final competitor of this floor final from Turkey is Alperen Ege Alju. He was our top qualifier. Straight front into the double pike front. and full twist forwards into the double front. 2 great opening passes. Double twist across the floor, sticks the landing. That Russian lever position, a lot more difficult than it looks. Double twist forward, controls the landing with a small hop. Into his arabesque, really nice position there. Judge is looking for that leg to be above horizontal, and that bell suggests he's got 10 more seconds to complete this final pass. Full twisting double back, doesn't quite manage to stick it. Tries to cover up that slight under rotation at the end there. It'll be interesting to see if the judges bought it. But overall, a really clean routine. A tidy gymnast with really nice presentation. He scored 13.566 in the qualifications, which was the top score. But we have seen 2 scores go higher than that today, so let's see where he ends up. Straight front there, into the double pike front. Really good. Just the smallest of movements on landing, most likely a 0.1 deduction from the judges. Full twist forward into the double front in the tuck position. Again, just the tiniest movement on landing. Alperen manages to have stretched fingers throughout his links between tumbles, which as an audience member and a fan of the sport, I really appreciate that the entire performance is clean. There aren't moments where he's relaxed, he stays in the zone. And he finishes in 5th place with 13.333. Always difficult when you have qualified in those top 3 spots to then finish outside the medals. But performing a routine with no mistakes, you can't really ask for more. And there are our men's floor exercise results. In 3rd place, Filippo Castellaro from Italy. In 2nd, Anche Hribar. And the winner, Chinese Taipei's Chiu Min Han.
Pripravljena za svečano podelitev medalj priznanja na parterju pričenjamo podelitev award ceremony for men's floor.
We are just moments away from the award ceremony for that men's floor final. And here come our medalists. Still getting their tracksuits on after just finishing that final.
Award ceremony men's floor. Medalje in priznanja bo podelil predsednik Gimnastične zveze Slovenije in izvršni direktor družbe VTC, gospod Damjan Kralj. The medals will be awarded by the President of Slovenian Gymnastic Federation, Mr. Damjan Kralj. Tretje mesto, third place, Filippo Castellano, Italia.
In third place, from Italy, Filippo Castellaro. He qualified in third place, so he will be pleased to have maintained that position in the top three.
Drugo mesto, second place, Andrzej Hribar, Slovenia.
And in second place, Slovenia's very own Andrzej Hribar. He qualified in fourth, so to end up second is a really great achievement.
Prvo mesto, first place, Min Han Choi, Taipei.
And in first place, from Chinese Taipei, Xiu Minhan. It was close between first and second there, just 0.033 deductions.
In honor of the winner, the national anthem of Taipei.
And there we have it, our first medalists of this World Challenge Cup. A really great final to kick things off. No major mistakes and three worthy winners. Our men's floor exercise medalists. And as you can see there,